I kindly request Dr. Vijay Agarwal, Lead and Senior Consultant Medical Oncology, Apollo Cancer Center, Bangalore, to give the welcome speech.
Thank you, Dr. Tasmia. Thank you. Apollo has been the first hospital in India to launch a successful CAR-T program. We launched the program in August of 2022, and in November 2022, we treated our first patient. So far, we have treated 6 patients successfully with the CAR program, and our colleagues during the course of the afternoon will tell you what exactly CARs are. Of the 6 patients, 3 have finished at least 1 year of follow-up. So this is the testament of where Apollo is going ahead with the CAR-T program, being the first in India to successfully launch it based on the indigenous homegrown CAR-T program coming out of IIT Mumbai and Tata Memorial Hospital. So over on to our colleagues to tell you exactly what CAR-Ts are and what we are doing.
It is with proud privilege that I stand here in front of you, representing Apollo Hospitals, which is pioneering and at the forefront of every evolution, every single technological revolution which we can use to improve patient care and outcomes. Cancer as a disease has been going on for many centuries, but truly the era of trying to treat cancer with medicines started only in the 1940s and 50s with the chemotherapy. Now, chemotherapy as a word itself evokes a lot of bad thoughts in our mind. It says that yes, this is a medicine which is going to have so many side effects that it can even kill the patient. For the first few years and decades, chemotherapy was associated with too many myths. The important thing to note was, while chemotherapy did treat cancers, it often led to cures which were only transient, which were not long lasting. Essentially, the disease did end up coming back, especially in a type of cancer like blood cancer. Cancer treatments only led to transient remissions. From then on, we moved on to the era of bone marrow transplants. In bone marrow transplants, the idea was to sort of reboot the system, remove the old operating system, install a new operating system into the computer and make sure that the new system does not lead to defective cell formation. However, even a bone marrow transplant led to multiple issues in terms of long-term follow-ups, in terms of possibility of autoimmune or self or the graft versus host disease kind of a problem. However, along with these treatment improvements, we also were able to unmask the problem, the real culprit behind each particular type of blood cancer. We were able to figure out which was the actual genetic mutation which led to these kind of very difficult to treat blood cancers. And with that came the thought that can we use a switch, just one switch, to reprogram the body's immunity to fight the cancer cell. So essentially what CAR-T therapy is trying to reprogram the body's immunity, redirect it towards recognizing the cancer also as an unwanted foreign body, and use all of its powers, harness the resources of the body to fight the disease which is ravaging it. India has now become the most populous country. We know that, and along with the tag of being the most populous country, we also have the highest burden of cancers, and blood cancers form a significant burden. There are many types of blood cancers. It can be myeloma, it can be lymphoma, it can be leukemia. Even pediatric cancers form a significant bit of the cancer burden that we have. And we have such a huge burden, we also need to ensure that these revolutionary treatments is something that we ourselves have access to. The important thing is that with CAR-T therapy, we can use the body's own immunity to treat many conditions like myeloma, like lymphoma, like leukemias, and ensure that the treatment is not just a long-term curative, but also does not come with the need for long-term follow-ups or long-term toxicities. So that is where, Apollo as an organization is trying to ensure that we get a paradigm shift in healthcare for cancer care in India. The overriding message that we want to give to all of our friends today is that essentially we want to try and make sure that the revolutionary treatment does not pinch the pocket. We are able to bring down the cost because we are using indigenous therapies here. So all local problems need local solutions. So we want to try and improve the access. When we have local solutions, the access to these therapies are much better.
What is this CAR T? What exactly does it mean when we talk about CAR T therapy? It's a combination of three prominent parts of treatment of cancer that we've been using for the last few years. It's a combination of cellular therapy, gene therapy, and immunotherapy. So we use our own cells, modify it genetically, and put it back into the body and prime our own immune system to make sure that our immune system seeks out each cell that is affected by cancer and kills it eventually. More than 30 years of research, aggressive research, has gone into engineering or coming together with this, CAR T cell therapy, and it has been with a lot of brain power and a lot of medical knowledge that we've been able to implement successfully and carry out CAR T cell therapy for more than 25,000 people all over the world. It's high time that this treatment now makes its way into cancer treatment in India as well. So when so many people have benefited out of this living medicine, so that is the name that it's being called by. It's living medicine, or it's the drug with life. So all the medicines that we use are usually chemicals. It's usually medicines that are manufactured in factories or in medication plants. But this is a medicine that is harvested from our own body, modified so that we are able to find the power inside our own body to come out and fight cancer.
Something for the first time in India, but that's been the legacy of Apollo. Over a few years back, in 2019, we introduced proton beam therapy for the first time in India. Till date, there are more than 1,400 patients who have benefited from this treatment. Much earlier to that, in 2009, for the first time in India, we introduced CyberKnife. Both these technologies were introduced when they were not even available in the UK. In fact, 2010 saw the advent of radiosurgery in UK, and 2020 saw the start of proton beam therapy. Technology has been a brilliant marvel in the hands of the right medical expertise, because consumers start looking for optimal outcomes for their current condition. Balancing that with the expectations and the quality of life we provide in its true sense is earmarking yourself to creating clinical excellence. And today the team here who has spoken has set out to do across the Apollo network a solution for patients who are currently challenged with a blood cancer condition which did not have a solution earlier. In 2022, a team of oncologists set up the CAR T cell program in Chennai with a simple intent to make sure that we make it accessible. As I talk today, there are more than 25,000 patients who have undergone CAR T cell therapy. India is in its very nascent stage.
A revolutionary treatment therapy against blood cancers. As my colleagues have mentioned before, blood cancers today form a significant chunk of cancers overall. And today, the fight against cancer is becoming more and more technology driven every day. Mr. Dinesh mentioned how Apollo has been at the forefront of fighting cancers in its 40-year journey. And today, with the introduction of CAR T cell therapy program across multiple centers in Apollo ecosystem, we are actually providing patients another groundbreaking technology to fight cancer.
So Dr. Aditya anta, I am the senior hemato-oncologist Apollo Hospitals alli. ಕೀಮೋಥೆರಪಿ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಒಂದು ಔಷಧಿ. ದೇಹದ ಅಂಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಅಂಗಕ್ಕೂ ಹೋಗಿ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಸೆಲ್ಲನ್ನು ನಾಶ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಇದು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ ಸೆಲ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಸೆಲ್ ಆಗಿರಬಹುದು. ಇದು ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಷಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಕೀಮೋಥೆರಪಿ ಈಸ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಅ ಸೆಲ್ ಕಿಲ್ಲರ್, ಬಿ ಇಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ ಸೆಲ್, ಬಿ ಇಟ್ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಸೆಲ್. CAR Tಯಲ್ಲಿ ವಿ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ದ ಬಾಡೀಸ್ ಇಮ್ಯುನಿಟಿ. ಒಂಥರ ಸ್ವಿಚ್ಚನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ಇದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ದಾಳಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಮೇಲೆ ದಾಳಿ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರಿಂದ ಈ CAR T ಥೆರಪಿಯಿಂದ ಆಗುವಂಥ ಸೈಡ್ ಇಫೆಕ್ಟ್ಸು ಆ ಥರ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಒಂದು. ಎರಡನೇದು, ಕೀಮೋಥೆರಪಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು, ಪದೇ ಪದೇ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. 5 ಸೈಕಲು, 6 ಸೈಕಲು, 10 ಸೈಕಲು. ನೀವು ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಸೈಕಲ್ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದೀರಾ. CAR T ಈಸ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಅ ಒನ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೀಜರ್. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಪದೇ ಪದೇ ಮಾಡೋಂಥ ಪ್ರೊಸೀಜರ್ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಇವತ್ತು ಶುರು ಮಾಡ್ತು, 6 ವಾರದ ನಂತರ ಪೇಷಂಟ್ ಡಿಸ್ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಆದರು, ಮತ್ತೆ ಆಸ್ಪತ್ರೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಟ್ರೀಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಬರೋದು ಬೇಡ. ಬಂದು ಡಾಕ್ಟ್ರಿಗೆ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಸರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ ವಿನಃ ಬೇರೆ ಒಂದು ಟ್ರೀಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ.
ಸರ್, ಮುಂದಿನ ದಿನಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಕೀಮೋಥೆರಪಿ ಬದಲು ಕಾರ್ಟಿ ಥೆರಪಿನೇ ಬರ್ಬೋದು
ಸಂದರ್ಭ ಬಹುಶಃ ಬರ್ಬೋದು. ಆದರೆ ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, ತುಪ್ಪ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಸಿಗೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಯಾಕೆ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ. ಸದ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ರೋಗಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಸೀದಾ ವಿತ್ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಟಾರ್ಗೆಟೆಡ್ ಥೆರಪಿಯಿಂದನೇ ನಾವು ಟ್ರೀಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗುವಂಥದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ಬಹುಶಃ ಹೋಗೋ ಅಗತ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಬರೋ ದಿವಸಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂಪ್ರೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಏನಾಗ್ತಾನೆ, ಇದರದ್ದು ಖರ್ಚು ಕಾರ್ಟಿ ಇದರದ್ದು ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಅದು ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ವಿತ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಪಾಸಿಂಗ್ ಇಯರ್ ಮೋರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮೋರ್ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಕಂಪನೀಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಕಮ್, ದ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಈವನ್ ಬೆಟರ್. ಆವಾಗ ಖರ್ಚು ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ದಂಗೆ ಇದರದ್ದು ಸೌಲಭ್ಯತೆ, ಇದರದ್ದು ಉಪಯೋಗ ಇನ್ನೂ ವೈಡ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾವಾಗ ಉಪಯೋಗ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೋ ಆವಾಗ ದಟ್ಸ್ ದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಜನ್ರೇಷನ್. ಮೊದಲೇ ಪ್ರಯೋಗ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಕಳೆದ ನವಂಬರ್ 2022 ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದು. ಇವಾಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ 6 ಪೇಷಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಹೂ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಫಿನಿಶ್ಡ್ ಮೋರ್ ದ್ಯಾನ್ 1 year ಆಫ್ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್.